Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
3, 2, 1. Video is live.
Oh my.
We're live. We're live. I got to remove the let's make sure here.
I'm going to see where we're live at. Oh, we are live on X.
Oh wow, that went fast. Oh no.
Oh my God.
What just happened there?
Oh, we are live on X.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Let's remove that.
They can't see us,
There we
though.
go. There we go. Now we're there. Now we're there, kid. We are live. It is WrestleMania
Oh,
week.
look at this. The first time that we've been on X.
Yeah.
Hey,
'Cause
buddy.
don't you dare downplay that.
Not downplaying it at all, buddy. It's WrestleMania
X is-
41 week.
Whoa.
It's a
I know.
big
This
deal.
is it's crazy, actually. I've been thinking about it all week. I'm like, man, it's WrestleMania week. So we got 2 days. 2 days of WrestleMania.
Yeah, man.
It's coming up.
Of the worst
Tomorrow.
WrestleMania ever. I can't believe this.
I mean, I think story-wise, we're gonna be in for some treats. I think story-wise.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna be the WrestleMania of last year or year before. But it's still gonna be great. It's just
it's
you have to come down a little bit, bro.
It's great.
It's great. Everything was great.
Long-term
No,
storytelling.
it's gonna be good, but it's not gonna beat 40 or 39. That's just what I think. But the matches are still gonna be banger. It sounds like the tickets are crashing down right now because they haven't sold out, which is kind of surprising, or come close to selling out. So tickets are, if you can drive to Vegas and you got some scratch,
I know.
you might want to think about it.
And,
Just
you
buy 'em
can,
on the window.
Keep talking.
No, you can finance them, Dave. You told me. Finance that shit.
Yeah. Well, there was a study done on the Coachella show that just went through in the desert out here in Southern California, and over 60% of those tickets were financed. Like, people just don't care. I mean, debt,
in a
so
weird
what?
way, though. In a weird way, well, you'd probably pay it off pretty fast, I suppose.
I don't know.
I don't know what the loan terms would be for a ticket, even if the ticket's $1,000. Like, is it a 20-year loan? It's like 20 years. Okay. Like, what would the loan terms be for a ticket?
Well, even a $30,000 car loan usually goes 5 years, so it wouldn't go that. You probably wouldn't even go that far, right?
Yeah, you'd probably go like a month, 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the deal. We should start a financing company for.
No, I'm telling. So
for
the
wrestling shows.
The American purchasing habits are just that. Like I couldn't in my head. I couldn't think like, how are we going to sustain this? Like, if prices keep going up, employers don't want to pay more right now because it's always that weird thing. How is anyone going to afford anything anymore? Like, after a while, they're going to have to lower ticket prices for concerts and wrestling events or whatever. And then when Dave's like, oh yeah, 60% of the Coachella tickets were financed, I was like, of course they are.
Yep.
Like, I didn't even think of that. I'm like, of
They
course
just added
that's a thing to do.
another 20, 30 years life to the high ticket prices by doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Never
And
know.
so,
Yeah.
so people are just going to be like, oh, yeah, no problem. Well, if I plan one trip a year and it's WrestleMania or Coachella or Stagecoach, then, the tickets could be $2,000 a ticket, but, I could finance it. I could pay it off in a year, So it's just kind of
We'll do it.
interesting.
Yeah. Just do it.
It's America. It's a land of debt, baby. What are you talking about?
We're here.
Come on over. Everybody lives in debt. Let's just live healthily and just swim around it.
80% of people live 20% above their means in this country.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. So
Yeah, so WrestleMania away. So we got to go over the card. We got to give our predictions.
let's do it.
We have a lot to do.
WrestleMania, baby.
Let's go. Jump right in.
It's the biggest show of the year, dog. Like,
Yeah, biggest show of the year. So
the problem is, brother.
the
What's got the
opening
biggest
match
name of wrestling
is,
on there, brother?
Buy my beer, brother. What?
Oh, brother.
the opening match is the Can-Am Connection against Don Morocco and
Yeah.
Cowboy Bob Orton. This is going to be a banger. And
Banger.
So yeah, I
Banger.
guess we'll start night one. We start off with the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther
Wow.
defending his title against Jathan Uso. That's going to open up the show tomorrow, everybody. It's going to open up WrestleMania Night 1. I mean, I think Jay's got to win. That's my prediction. I don't see I don't see with the way they're writing everything. I mean, I feel they could have done things differently. However, with the way that they've chosen to do it, I don't see any other outcome without severely damaging Jay. So
sorry, Jay, your main event nickname did not own up to the hype at WrestleMania. But
that's just really a.
You
fun
are going
joke,
to win.
You know?
You are going to win.
Yeah,
you're gonna.
I think it's hilarious
win your
that
first
main event Jey Uso is opening the show. I think it's great.
Yeah, main event Jey Uso is not main
Opener
event.
Jey Uso.
Opener Jey Uso. I love it.
Change it.
Curtain
So,
jerk Jey
Jay
Uso.
won match one me Uso.
It's going to open up. You know,
That's good.
He's all,
That's lovely.
match one.
was
He's all
awesome.
bad. He's all
Match one.
Day one, match one.
Oh.
We should start
But,
singing that. Just get that chant going at WrestleMania.
You know, he's still over as fuck and,
He is.
and everything, and so he's going to get a great, especially the opening match of WrestleMania. He's going to get a huge ovation, a huge yeet for his entrance. You know, I love Gunther. I think we all like Gunther on this podcast.
I mean, he could have goddamn good promo
100%.
this past Monday.
Yeah, and he, you know, of course, if he won, I think that we would all pop, but at the same time, like. I don't like to coin this phrase because it's silly, but it makes sense. What's best for business is Jay winning because that's what they're doing. I just feel like Jay has to win. If Jay doesn't win, like it's going to destroy him. And then this isn't. I know I was watching some other theories online about Jay turning heel. I'm like, everybody, calm down. They didn't turn Cody heel like I said they would. Everybody was convinced Cody was going to turn heel. No, he's not. He's selling way too many merchandise.
Can I say something
selling
on
way
that?
too much merchandise. He's way too over as a face. He's not going to turn heel. Like he's just going to straight up beat Gunther, in my opinion.
Just
But
briefly
go ahead.
on
Yeah, you
Cody
go,
though, like I think the heel work was coming, but I think it detoured because it sounds like Cena's heel turn was kind of like brought in later. They kind of there's pivoting. I don't know if Cody was set to turn heel by Mania, Jess, but they were starting to do some things that were where the title was getting heavy and he was kind of ripping on people a little tough and. You know, Punk was like, "This will weigh on you." It was kind of like happening, but then with the John Cena turn, I think they backburned it, which I think is, to your point, is the best thing they could have done. So
I almost feel like
it'll come
just because of it's kind of like it's there right there in front of us with like Roman Reigns becoming desperate. Like even like I don't know if you guys watched that promo that he put on Instagram where he said we were selling out billion deals, TV deals, Netflix deals, this. Now nothing. I got nothing. Like, so I think that's because Roman's still the same guy. He's still that same heel. Even though everyone, pops for him and everything, he's still that heel. He never changed. He never turned face. And then Jimmy Jimmy not really coming into his own, as a singles competitor. And then Jay kind of just slipping. It just seems like the groundwork is perfect for them to want to say, fuck this shit. We're going back to what we used to be when we were running this shit.
Going back to what we know.
But it's not though. Like Jay's not slipping. Like,
well, no, you know what I mean. But like he's been, Gunther's got his minority is what I'm saying. Like in that
right
sense,
was what they're saying
from the character, point of view.
I mean, if Gunther beats him, there's no other, he should turn heel at this point.
Well, I think that's why it would happen.
Like, like he would just doubt himself or whatever. But why do that? Like you've already built this star, and whether or not he's strong enough to hold a world title, we'll find out, I guess. But
that's
maybe
they know that's not
your first title hold. Title hold is always the hardest one, Jess. We talked about it with
he
Damian
lost to
Priest, we talked about it
Gunther.
with Drew. Yeah,
he's lost to Gunther every time.
4 times.
So it's like
he's due
3 times.
He's
due, and they're trying to tell us that story. And Jimmy bloody being choked out right in front of his face.
For sure,
like
yeah.
If they beat Jay, like I don't know. I mean,
he's all my pussy
doesn't do stuff. Yeah, that's his song. I'm a pussy use day one.
He's on my pussy.
He's crying even in the song.
He's just like that. Like even after the music's over. Like, all right, we're done. Dude, stop recording.
This is hilarious. We've barely announced the first match over 2 nights.
Jay, and I love Jay, dude. I love what he's become.
I do too.
I love what he's become.
He's gonna win. He's gonna win.
I just think that sometimes the wrestling internet crowd, they get a little like fantasy booky, and they just start saying stuff, and it always results in, and then they turn heel. Everything they talk about, and then they turn heel. I'm like, calm down. Like You can't have a whole roster full
Yeah,
of heels.
I mean, I don't know what the other
And
theory
Jay's
is. Yeah,
Jay
no,
was
that's
a
true.
heel. Jay was a heel just 2 years ago. I mean, come on, he's part of the bloodline. Like, what are we talking about?
I
Like,
think that hopefully they have some more stuff for his character. I do like Jay a lot. And the fact that he just inspires the crowd the way he does and he gets that reaction, it's fun as shit.
It's
man.
great.
So,
Yeah, no, it is good.
Did you give your prediction, Dave? Sorry, I know we got it.
yeah. Jay's gonna win.
Cuz and I will write theme songs all night long if we don't move on.
And because just to go back to Roman a little bit, talking about reuniting, I don't see it because he said he's only packing in a few more years if he's lucky. He said there's a year or two left. Yeah. I think he's just gonna run off into the sunset, and he's over without the title. He doesn't need to be in the picture. He can cut those promos, but I don't know. Maybe there's one final hurrah for the bloodline.
I think he said one or two more after this contract's up. Because I think this contract ends sometime either end of the year or early next year. So because people were guesstimating like
so we could be talking almost
2028.
3 years then.
Yeah, 2028.
So
I mean, they could still do another.
part-time.
He could still do. They could do another OG bloodline. You know, running shit as heels. And what I would other reason why I'm thinking maybe, but I don't know. That they would probably also get Solo and Tama with them because I assume they're going to turn on Jacob. Just because of those seeds they've been planting there. So that's why I could almost see that happening, but you never know. But they could always go one more year as a heel fucking OG bloodline, and everyone's going to love them.
Tonga.
Everyone's going to love them, and then, then they can be babyface.
Or Fatu, sorry. They created a monster in Fatu.
Yeah, but Fatu's going to be great, dude.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know.
And I look,
right.
we've talked about it before.
I actually don't know who's going to win.
I trust the creative division in WWE. They're not.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna
More than we ever have.
Second match is for the World Tag Team Championship. The War Raiders are going to defend their titles against the New Day. I'm picking New Day all day long.
Yeah, I think so too.
What's the point of their heel turn if they don't win the titles here? I don't get it. It's got to be New Day, and add another tag team title to their already.
The War Raiders don't have enough accolades. I'm surprised they're even in a Mania match, Jess. So I kind of agree with you.
Well, there's a lot of people that, we talk about the vocal minority. There's a lot of people online that are pissed off because they've laid the groundwork for the Street Profits and DIY and
that
Motor
tag
City
team,
Machine Guns, and they don't get a WrestleMania match, and so people are upset that
tonight.
why would you put it was on SmackDown. You put all the stock and you're telling us stories with the Street Profit and Motor City Machine Guns and DIY, and then you don't put that on Mania. Why? So people are a little irritated.
They should have had that on there.
You know what would have been cool is like a gauntlet match or something, but I don't know if you put that in Mania. It might take too long.
They had two gauntlet matches this week already.
I know, but like
on NXT and Raw.
Because you can't really do like a fatal 4-way and tag. It's too messy. It's too much
bullshit.
No,
they should have
booked
what they booked for next week's SmackDown. So they booked DIY versus Street Profits versus Motor Machine Guns in a TLC match for SmackDown next week.
Oh, TLC.
They should have just done that at WrestleMania. Could you imagine?
Right. Yeah,
that
if it was like a TLC match for the titles, then that would have been cool because you can't get
that
messy.
Would have been your opener right there. That would have been your opener.
Yeah,
match.
that would have been a banger.
Oh yeah,
night 1 or 2.
Yeah. I'm with you, but
then everybody would turn heel.
It's good to see them all. It's good to see them actually putting stock back into the tag division.
Everyone's just a heel on the roster. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, and then everybody just turns heel. Like on the ladder.
Start beating the shit out of fans.
And then the next match we have Rey Mysterio taking on, in my opinion, the greatest luchador.
Oh, he's a
of
legend.
all time.
I mean, I don't know.
El Grande Americano in a singles match.
So good.
It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be good, and they're both fantastic. I think this match.
I think it's gonna be a banger.
Hey, Cruz, can you pull up the picture of Grande Americano as Vince McMahon that we've all seen on social media this week? It's fucking lovely.
Yeah, we get.
And I think El Grande should win.
He should. He should. I don't know if he's going to, but he should.
You think so?
I can see a lot of people telling Ray in the back, "No, man, you gotta win. You gotta demask it. I mean, it's gonna be great."
That's totally fucking.
But I feel like Ray should. I bet you if Ray wanted to, I would rather put him over. Ray's like 50 years old. Come on, man. Like
that's totally Vince McMahon. There's no way it's not.
Isn't that lovely? I love that.
Then next we have Jade Cargill taking on Naomi in a storyline that I love. I think this has been
doing
great.
A great job with this one.
It's been intense. I love Naomi's turn. Like
the question is, do you extend it, Jess? Because if you extend it, Naomi wins. If you don't, this is a crush match.
I don't even know if it dies because the thing. Well, I'll get to it later.
Right.
I won't get to it till night 2. But I think Jade wins, but it doesn't. I don't think it kills Naomi. Because I think
No. I just think they move on from there. If she squashes her, it's over. And then, like I said, she was on to Bianca, right? But I'm with you.
Yeah, in one way, shape, or form. And then the next match is Los Angeles Knight defending the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. I think Fatu takes the title here. I think it's time to start kind of show. I mean, we all kind of have seen the little glimpses of what Fatu is. And I'm not saying he's not a part of the new bloodline still. I'm just saying like it's time to put the title on him. I like LA Knight. He's over, but at the same time, like just let's
kick the tires on what you created, right, Jess?
Yeah, I want to see Fatu like have a run.
Take him out for a test spin, man. That's a champion. See what happens.
He's had a great program with Braun Strowman, and like they've done a really good job at building Fatu. So I think it's time that he wins the U.S.
You don't feel like that was a happy accident, though? Like,
right.
They built everything around Solo, running the thing, and Fatu kind of just rose up.
No, I think they knew.
You think they knew it was going to be like this?
Yeah, I think they knew.
Man. I was surprised.
So
pleasantly surprised, but I was surprised it's come to this.
He had so much buzz behind him when he before he even debuted.
But I mean, just the way they're putting him in back on person, when you purposely put someone as a bit character in the back, they're going to get over. It's just the way it works.
That's true.
So
I love you, Solo.
There's no way they did it by accident. Like, yeah, this is all good stuff. Then the next we have for the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton defends her title against Charlotte Flair. Oh man,
Tiffany better win, bro. Tiffany better win.
She's not though. She's not. Charlotte's gonna win, in my opinion.
That's the dumbest thing ever,
I hate
bro.
it, and
that's
I think
the dumbest thing ever.
But
because well, okay. Triple H doesn't rush things, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like bury my own lead here. So if Jade is gonna move on to either Charlotte or she's gonna move on to Bianca. I think she's going to move on to Bianca. That's what I think. But they've also been teasing her and Charlotte because they've had the stare downs in the aisle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But maybe Tiffy wins and Charlotte just goes on to a singles feud with Jade.
That's
that could very well be.
That would be fine because then you're building something for Jade.
So maybe I do agree. Maybe I think I'm going to go with Charlotte because that was my first choice.
I'm going to go with Tiffy because it's the right thing to do. If Tiffy wins,
Tiffy's probably the right way to go. If Tiffy wins, that's fine.
Right.
I mean, the build-up's been a mess, and I hope they have a really good match, and I think they will. And I think that if they don't, I think that it's because Charlotte's lost a step, and I think it was a bad pairing from the start. I really do. I think that the triple threat match should have been Bianca, Io, and Tiffy, and then the singles match should have been Charlotte and Rhea.
Going to do it. Yeah, that would have carried better.
Yeah, Charlotte.
But here's the thing.
I think Io should have beat Tiffy to set up for the three-way, just like the same way they did with the other one. And then Rhea never should have lost the belt, and she should have rematched Charlotte from WrestleMania 38.
Io and Tiffy in the ring together would be fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, actually. I think it's a better character mashup. But this is what we got, and I think the only thing these ladies have left to do is tear the house down because that's really the only other way they can go.
Well, I think
she hasn't been tested at all, Jess. We haven't seen her do anything except for the Rumble.
Oh,
it wasn't that great.
And Charlotte hasn't been fair to her, and Charlotte has been a bad
I agree with
partner.
that. Yeah,
and I'm not. I know I was a little harsh on Tiffy a couple weeks ago. I don't think she's ready, but at the same time, she's not ready because they didn't necessarily set her up to be.
No, they did not.
When you're bringing someone else to the top, Cuz even said that she was rushed to the top.
I feel like they rushed her babyface too, like the babyface.
Yeah,
if she would have stayed heel, like straight on, full on heel, she would have been fine, and she could have gone against like Rhea or someone.
And by the way, there was a lot of people talking about Charlotte's, kind of what happened in that whole segment where they kind of edited later, and what guys are doing in my DMs, and everyone doesn't. That's like the first time no one believed that anybody was in someone's DMs. But what happens with Charlotte, and it's happened before, and people have talked about it. I kind of like, I have seen that when she gets messed up in the ring with her promo work, all she does is start like talking about somebody's voice or screeching back at them what they're saying. So she wasn't cooperating with Tiffany at all in that segment. So Tiffany did go rogue. What else could she do? And then she had to bounce out of the ring. So it was very awkward and it was very personal. But by the way, I think Jess said this a few weeks ago. Don't go on a freaking talk show and cry about your divorce if you don't want it aired out on a freaking wrestling show, which is what we do here, right? So at the same time, and the fact that they did edit that tells me that she was uncomfortable with it and she had a problem with it. So the whole thing fucking stinks. It just reeks of
Well,
bad
and
story.
I mean, to me,
takes
that
away
it
from
created
the-
a lot of buzz, though. That promo just created a lot
It
of buzz.
did,
For them.
it did. But what I'm afraid is going to happen is the chemistry between the two is missing, and I'm not going to see like a really fun match. Like, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong.
Well,
like,
Y'all remember that match with
in
Nia,
ring-wise,
right?
They should actually pair up good. Like,
Tiffy is the future, and I think she should be treated that way. And I don't feel like this booking has done that. And I honestly, to be fair, Theirs hasn't been a big past of Charlotte really being a good partner in that sense. Like
That's what I'm saying.
She's never really put anybody over. And I
No.
think Charlotte, unless Charlotte knows she's gonna win, and that's why she's just acting like this. Like she's not being very she's not being very good of a veteran trying to get someone that's new.
look
up
at
to
all
the top
the-
level.
track
You're a
record.
you're a 12-time champion, bro. It's
at the track
okay
record
to,
with
to
her-
it's
her
okay
and,
to it's
Becky.
okay to help somebody else.
her and Becky in the ring when they did that stupid angle. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
where it's like you
I
had
was
to
gonna say
switch the
because
titles.
remember the
Yes,
Nia Jax
yeah.
match?
Yeah, and the Nia
that
Jax,
Charlotte
that's
wouldn't
another one.
cooperate in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like-
there's a history of this stuff, but what's funny is like if anybody else did it, there would have been huge reprimands. But she doesn't get reprimanded because her last name is Flair.
But not
quite
even
frankly.
that though. Like, I don't think she understands the power of humility. Like, I don't want to
I
talk about
agree.
this.
That's a
this
good
episode's-
point, dude.
This episode's going to be full, and it's really going to be about Mania. But so this week on AEW television, I realized what was missing from Mercedes Moné. It's her humility and like her character. And Cameron was her partner. You know, the one that had
Harley
the
Cameron?
ventriloquist dummy or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
And they had a thing
She's
in the
great.
ring where she was doing it. And then, so she made the ventriloquist dummy start the CEO chant. And of course, Monet was annoyed. But then Monet closed her eyes and started dancing with it. And then realized she was dancing with the puppet. And she's like, no. Like that. And everybody laughed. And I was like, there it is.
That was
Like,
perfect.
It
that was
it was
perfect.
her. It's her
That's-
idea, by the way. The puppet was her idea.
Yeah, well, and then when they were tag team, when they came out, and then Cameron was dancing behind her and copying her, and she looked back and she's like, and she was disgusted. That's good. Like that shows me
Right.
the
But
human
Monet's
side
always
of
been like
Monet.
that. She's always been like
Yeah,
that.
she
Heel-wise.
needs. It's like Monet needed someone to bring that out in her, and she got it. Charlotte needs to understand that a well placed like I can't believe you insulted me is going to give Tiffy the power. So if Charlotte would have just stopped trying to fight the crowd in Chicago and stopped trying to imitate Tiffy's voice, if she would if she would have let
Right.
Tiffy get an insult off, and then Charlotte goes, "How dare you?" and actually shows that it got to her. That would be so powerful,
Yeah.
and it would help Tiffy.
The whole
and it would help-
Kaiser in my DMs definitely proved that it got to her.
Oh,
that
it got
was
to her.
and it would have
very
given
shrewd.
Charlotte power too. Like, I'm so offended. Like that's what, and the crowd would legitly boo her, as in like we understand that you get it, and so we want to boo you to make you more annoyed. Now people want to boo her. It's get off my TV boo. It's fuck off.
It is. It's exactly
Got
that.
some
said
good-
that.
Yeah, she's got some
And
going.
you should have adjusted then, and you should have went full heel as soon as you felt it out there. By the way, but that's a whole other story.
A humility, like just a quick like, what did you say, Tiffy? Like that would go a long way. Like
You
for
want her to
both.
be like
And-
Adam Hangman Page? What did you say to me?
How dare you?
Yeah, like what'd you say to me? All like lame.
And all of a sudden,
Anything at this
Yeah.
point would be better.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, there was a reason why I told you guys like years ago I hate Charlotte, and not as like I heel hate Charlotte, and I couldn't put my finger on it, and now it's easier to explain because you're seeing a pattern of the unwillingness to cooperate.
Even though
It's a work, bro.
Even
Come
though I
on,
put like
cooperate.
3 of them like kind of in the same area, like when we talk about, because we did our Mount Rushmore of women wrestlers, I chose not Charlotte. I chose Becky to represent that because it's really Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bailey, and like I chose like Becky Lynch to represent that. That's why I didn't choose Charlotte, because I think there is an element missing. As great as she was in the ring and how many great matches she's done, I feel like there is that element of like she almost takes herself too seriously in a weird way.
Yes,
It's not
yes.
like it doesn't attract me to it.
And,
It doesn't make
Becky had to eat crow for a decade, bro, and had to leave for a while and come back. She
Yeah.
she understood humility because she ate it. Someone else came in and was immediately successful, right? And you can see the difference. It
Well, we're kind
shows.
we're kind of split on this one. I agree with you guys that Tiffy's the right choice, but I'm just gonna stick. I'm gonna say they put Charlotte over. I don't know. I'm choosing. I'm just gonna say that.
I hope not.
We'll see.
Then we have
I don't.
the
I
main.
hope not. I hope not.
Yeah. Then we have the main event for night one, a triple threat match. Roman Reigns. Actually, sorry, it's a triple threat match. Paul Heyman on a pole match. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I'm gonna call it now.
Rollins.
Yep.
Rollins and Heyman goes with Rollins. I think
Yes,
it's
I think we all.
And I think they go for
I
all
said
of
it.
that,
I said that months ago, and I know
Yeah.
it wasn't very popular. But at the same time, like it makes more sense now because of
It
what
makes
Roman
way
said.
more sense.
Roman said it last week. He looked at Paul and he was like, "Oh, Cuz just popped off. Did the stream drop? No, okay,
Brothers.
Okay.
I think so. Well, we're kind of behind on.
Oh, guys.
still on.
Whoa. They're
No,
coming back.
there he is.
You're back.
Whoa, that was weird.
I like it.
You guys
We didn't drop off on the live stream, so I think we're good. Oh no, we did. Dave and I did. You were on.
I was
by
still.
yourself.
I was like, uh oh,
Oh, that's weird. Okay, but it's still running.
it's back.
All right. So we said Seth is carrying this one, and
Yeah, I think that. But I think it's from what Roman said a couple weeks ago. Roman said, he was like, he looked at Paul. He was like, I saved you. I made you, and I no,
Yeah.
you didn't though. The whole thing
no,
about
it's
Heyman.
true.
The whole thing about Heyman is he made Punk, even though he didn't. Punk was still popular, but in storyline wise, he saved Punk in his first title reign and went into his corner and helped support Punk because Punk felt like the company wasn't supporting him and he was the champion. And then Paul saved Roman. Like Roman needed the saving. Paul going with Roman and then realizing in the
Changed his
storyline,
world.
Paul Heyman saved him. So the fact that I think he's going to go with Seth, and it's going to be for the simple fact of like, Seth needs me. I make careers, and Seth needs me to help him. You guys are ungrateful. You guys took me for granted, and now you guys are fighting like it's a foregone conclusion that I'm going to be with one of you. I'm not. I'm going with Seth. Like,
Stop asking for favors, punk.
Yeah.
Sick of you
So
asking for favors.
I just feel like that's what's going to happen. That Seth is going to go, and Heyman's going to go with him, and then Punk and Roman are going to be like, what? And Punk gets his WrestleMania main event finally, even though it's night one, I guess.
Oh, whatever.
Right.
Still main event.
Which I do like Punk. Punk has been absolutely phenomenal, like over the last year, like with everything that he's involved in.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I think this match is going to be great, though. I think that this match will probably steal the show, even though there's going to be other great matches on night one. I think this match is going to be really, really.
Did you hear about Khan's interview talking about CM Punk? He's like, dude, the guy's amazing. I don't understand why anybody would say he's a cancer. It's like,
awesome.
Well, you know.
I said. Then we have night two. We open up night two with Io Sky defending the Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. This match is going to be wonderful. I don't know how it's not going to be wonderful. So I'm torn.
I want Io to win, but
I would say Io retains. That's what I say.
that's where I'm going.
I think so too. Because I don't know why they would have taken it off Rhea if Rhea's just going to win it back. So I don't see Rhea Ripley winning.
Yeah.
You could see. It all depends on what happens to your point with Jade, because if Io wins,
that's
then
what I'm saying.
Rhea and Bianca
Jade
could go off into a feud later. You know,
I think that Bianca and Jade are headed for that anyway, a feud with the title or without. But I could see Bianca winning and then Jade coming after her for the title. I could see that, and then Jade probably winning the title down the line.
crazy swerve. Charlotte loses on night one, and then she causes Rhea to lose on night two, and then they feud. And then to your point, Jade and Bianca get into it after. And,
I mean, you can all these crossover things can happen too. It just depends like how they want to do it. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really good match. And I'll just pick Bianca. I'll just say Bianca because I think that the Jade storyline can.
I wouldn't be mad at that either. By the way, Jess, that's a good point. And then Jade goes for a run. Yeah.
This has helped Io so much, and I love.
I love
Io.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite wrestler in the world.
She's been the best, like consistently the best. Like
she's the best wrestler in the world right now. I keep saying it. It hasn't changed.
She doesn't need to have like great promo. Like I like the video packages they do with the subtitles and everything. But like just her entrance, the aura in her entrance alone, like
she's great.
Speaks
volumes. It's like a drunken boxer when she comes in. It's awesome.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things to see.
But she's
the next match we have is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel, my wife Rodriguez, defend the title against. It says
last week. It's Vegas. It's Vegas, bro. Everything stays in Vegas.
They're going to take on Valkyria and Bayley. I look for the champions to retain.
I think so too.
They're going to set up a feud between Bayley and Lyra.
Yeah.
So
it'd make no sense for them to win it right now at this point.
Yeah.
With Intercontinental.
I'm a little disappointed with Lyra's run, but I love Lyra as the IC champion. I just want to see more, and hopefully if to your point, if you get a storyline with Bailey, I think it'll bring things out for her.
That's what she needs. Yeah, she needs more.
Yeah, they've been
character work.
They've been sort of teasing it ish anyway, so I think that's going to happen. And then they're going to feud for the women.
In ring, she's great.
Yes, in ring, she's. I
mean, all four of these ladies right here are
so much talent there, bro. Liv is the best promo on the planet right now.
And they're doing a gauntlet match on NXT tomorrow at Stand and Deliver. The winner of that, of the women's tag team gauntlet, are going to face Raquel and Liv. So that's got the potential. Already whoever wins that match, bangers already.
They're gonna wrestle them anyway. So of course they're gonna retain.
It's gonna be fucking great. Yeah.
And then we have in a singles match AJ Styles against Logan Paul. I think this match is going to be great because both guys will not allow it to not be great, and I think that Logan Paul gets the win. I think AJ Styles.
There's going to be some dirty deeds, Jess, but I agree with you. I'm just mad. I'm mad about the very, very quick storyline to this. Like I feel like they just stitched this together. Really
I only
fast,
think AJ's going to win just because the way Raw ended with them. But I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean I can see that too. There's a lot of matches where I'm like, sort of like, I don't know, man. They could go either way.
You know who's
nobody gets hurt in that match if you lose.
You know who built the story for them? Who did more was Karrion Kross. He was the one fucking building their fucking story.
I feel that maybe he'll be interference a little bit.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, he's going to interfere and cause AJ to lose. I said there's going to be some dirty deeds, but
and by the way, finally. They give him his old NXT fucking entrance on Monday. I love the Lager tights that he wears.
Dude, he looks
so much better now. God.
Well, he was purposely trying to look like AJ Styles with those pants.
Yes.
So, and you
see, he even does the hair. Cruise, you talked about it before, right?
Like, he looks the hair. Yeah, that he puts the hairstyle up depending on who he's.
I'll say this right now. Cuz said that like months ago. He matches everyone's hair, and then all of a sudden it caught wind on social media. Everyone started to notice it too.
And then AJ Styles and just trying to look like AJ Styles. But did you notice when he took the forearm from AJ Styles? He did it like as a sacrifice. He put his hands behind his back.
Behind his back. Yeah,
while smiling and everything. It was fucking great. And then he's the one that's building the story.
I know I make jokes about him or whatever, but tell me if he's got the size, he's got the look. Like, I'm glad his hair's long now because that whole in the middle thing was bad. But his promos, I love his old entrance is so good. His NXT entrance is so fucking awesome. So good. I hope they push him.
I think they figured it out. I think they're figuring that one out.
Oh, it's everything that like you want, and then he loves what he does. You can see the passion in everything he does. So I want him to get a reaction. I do. I know I make
watching
jokes,
the stream
but like
right now. We got like 15 people on the X watching us.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
So he's probably watching.
Well, I'm telling you, he'll be involved, Jess, for sure, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be freaking dope.
Next we have a fatal four-way for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. This match.
This is the banger
probably gonna
of the weekend.
Make me stop breathing a lot here. We have Braun Breaker defending his title against Penta, against Finn Balor, against Dominic Mysterio. Oh, okay. So, man.
I think Dom's going to win.
I do too. I'm going to say Dom.
Yep.
I'm going to say Dom.
Can I say one thing that's going to be a really unpopular opinion and people are going to start yelling on the live streams? Can you stop shoving Penta down my throat, please? Can you stop it?
They're doing fine. They're doing fine with him.
Can I ask you a question, a legit question?
Yeah, please.
How are they shoving? How do you feel they're shoving him down your throat?
He wins every match. He's on every 5 minutes. He gets interviewed almost every single time after the match.
He shouldn't lose yet, though. To be honest, he shouldn't lose.
No, I'm not. And again, but what I'm saying is like he just got here. I don't even know if you're worthy. I know people are like, again, it's unpopular opinion. And I like Penta. It's not the issue, but
it's not it's an unpopular opinion. It's like a valid opinion. I just feel like I just want to know why, like that you say that. Like I don't
know why. Why do you have to interview him after every match that he wins? Why do you have to do that?
They are kind of treating him like the modern day, like as if Rey Mysterio just came from WCW. I mean, he is up there now, like in Mexico, all over the world. It's just he was never on the big stage WWE. But like he kind of has that.
I feel like it's an overcorrection from someone like Shinsuke. Is how I see it.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
It's a luchador. They need to promote that.
He
next
could
big
walk
luchador,
away. He could win the title here. Braun could fucking retain. Like I don't know.
He could retain.
Because
I also see
they
Finn.
have the story. They have the storyline here where I feel Dom's going to pin Finn because it's not elimination.
Yes.
Right?
Well, either that.
Yeah. It's not.
Either that, or I also kind of think that maybe they were gonna try to help Dom win, and then Finn gets it by accident, and then Finn's like, yeah, and then they're like not happy that he won.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I really think that Dom's pinning Finn,
And then they just turn on him
That's
and
what's gonna happen.
I also, yeah,
But I think
and
Dom.
again, this is why I love the Triple H era. You can say, and I even have critiqued of some of the buildups for some of this stuff or whatever. It doesn't mean I don't respect Triple H and don't like this era. What I love about the Triple H era is I could see any one of these winning. Dom and Finn have the storyline, so
Yeah.
of
Right.
course, if either one of them win, it's awesome. Braun could retain because he's a monster.
Yeah.
And Penta, I mean, I know Dave doesn't like him being shoved down his throat, but Penta is being primed for being somebody important. So
True.
at any
It is.
one
They're
of
doing
these
what they
four
should.
guys could win, and it's fine. Like I just
Yeah, no one's gonna get
I'm
hurt.
excited. I'm going to see a great match from these four, and we're probably going to have a cool storyline, whatever the next chapter is for Dom and Finn, which will be fun. And yeah, I don't know, man. I like it.
I
like,
see Dom pinning Finn. It's going to cause dastardly deeds, and then there's going to be interference.
That'd
and
be
Braun
awesome,
wins it,
dude.
and then
I
Braun
bet
wins it back.
the pop
later.
if Dom wins. Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah,
I bet
and then Braun wins it back with the issue with, and then Finn and Dom go at it for a couple months. You know, be dope. Like I just see that.
I think
progressing
it's
that
going to
way.
be good. And then in a match that in a Sin City Street fight, which I feel I like Drew McIntyre in this because he's got something to prove, and so does Damian Priest. And I think that I think they're going to have a really good match because they both they don't want to be dismissed. And I think that Triple H knows that he's got Damian and he's got Drew like in his back pocket as like the next people. And so
100%.
Even though
100%.
Drew's been around a long time, but I mean, like, I think that they're still not done with Drew. I mean, he's the Uncrowned Heavyweight Champion, blah, blah. I know, listen, you don't have to listen to me. But I think that Drew is hanging out in the back. He lost to CM Punk. He's lost to other people because I feel that Triple H is going to be like, just due time, you're going to get your just due. Like, you're going to be all right. And dare I say that maybe if Drew wins this, like he goes after Jay,
Technical difficulties.
and maybe we see finally Drew winning the world title.
Right
I don't
back,
know.
guys.
Like, and Jay will hold it for a while. Triple H doesn't hot potato stuff that much anymore.
I can honestly see Jay. If Jay wins, I can see him losing at SummerSlam. I really could.
Back.
It's not.
Sorry about that.
You're opening at WrestleMania. It's not as important.
Back.
Like to your point, Jess. They've. Oh, we dropped again.
Yeah,
There we go.
All right.
We're back.
Sorry about that.
So I think this is going to be a really good match. I think Drew's going to win, but Damian could win too because if they're just trying to get Damian over and then Drew is going to be saved for later, I could see Drew losing like as well. I would be upset, and I don't want you guys to talk to me at all if this happens after night two. But I think that Drew McIntyre. I'll say Drew's going to win.
I think Drew.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the one.
And I think it's going to be a pleasant surprise, the match
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good.
as well. And then we have because they fought today too on the stage when they had the pre-thing or
Yes.
whatever. They went out and fought on
Yeah.
the stage.
Of all the pre-show stuff, Drew was the best. Like he was.
Dave,
he was great.
Don't have to, of course.
Of course he was.
Fucking
Yeah.
uncrowned champion. Then we have the main event of night two, which is really the main event of the whole weekend. Cody Rhodes defends the undisputed WWE Championship. They still call it the undisputed WWE Championship, so why have a World Heavyweight Championship? Cody Rhodes defends against Jonathan Cena. Heel John Cena. Listen, I know that Cody's gotten a little bit of slack or whatever, and I've even taken exception to the way that they've kind of booked him as a P word. But at the same time, Cody Rhodes has done a phenomenal job from the story since he first came back all the way to now. He's a modern day, nobody said like a white meat babyface could make it in 2025, 2024, whatever year you want to say in the recent past, and he's done that. And
Sure.
I think Cody Rhodes is fantastic. I love Cody Rhodes. However, John Cena's got to win. You're not going to turn him heel and have him lose and not win the world title like at WrestleMania. John Cena is going to win the championship. John Cena's heel character has yet to even show us like the top layer. Like we haven't even gotten beneath them yet. I believe that after he wins the title, the next night on Raw, I believe he comes out to new music, a new look, and everything. He didn't want to give it to you before because, like he's been saying this whole time, we don't deserve it. And so once he wins the title from Cody, now he can come out as the new John Cena and with new theme music and everything. I look forward to it. I think we have a whole story after this that's going to last all the way through the year. So I think that Cody will lose at WrestleMania and Cena will win the title. What
I feel like Cody retains, and I think I'm on the unpopular side there. I think Cena has his own pay-per-view they're going to build around him, and he's going to win a title there and quote-unquote retire with it like he said he would. I don't know if he beats Cody or if he beats someone like Jay or Gunther or something like that instead to get that 17th title and take the lead, because I think that's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen at Mania. It's not going to hurt him to lose either. But
I think he's got to. I think that if he loses to Cody and then goes to a secondary champion, I think that why even
yeah. I think I got Cena winning too. And we don't know. There's gonna be a lot of shenanigans. It could be
there could be interference too
Seth
that
Rollins,
protects Cody in the loss.
Drew McIntyre.
Right? Yeah, Stone Cold. Who else do you think?
Maybe to your point, like if Seth, it's like if Seth gets involved and then you produce a faction with Heyman, I don't know. There's all sorts of things that we don't even know about that they're trying to cook up. Like we talked about Seth and Drew, and what if Cena was the third man in their set? What if he's that very well. Rock keeps holding up threes. What if there's like three people? Like who are they going to be?
Rock's holding up like both. He comes out. He's like doing this. He's like, fuck. I don't know.
There's just
man.
a lot of things. Everything from them showing that LA Knight promo where Rock's talking to him and he's like, "I'm one of one,"
right.
and then Seth Rollins saying, "I'm one of one," and all this stuff, and then Drew McIntyre posing in the Rock's new Under Armour sport gear. And just being gifted the sword when he signed a new contract.
They can spin it so many ways, bro, and no one's gonna be mad. There's so many great things they can do. The biggest thing I think is that they don't. Jesse said that they don't get predictable anymore, and you can take it so many ways as long as you've got a long term way to steer that. When you fork it, you're gonna put that fork in the road and you're gonna go this direction. But then how do the next 6 months look? And they've already thought about that. It's amazing. It's the best storytelling that we've seen.
No, and
ever.
And I kind of agree with some people. I'm not as venomous as other people. I do agree that some of the stuff I felt could have been done a little bit better or a little bit more obvious or whatever. But at the same time, it's WrestleMania. Like, it's going to be wonderful. I don't remember there's a time where I've ever not been hyped up for WrestleMania. It's going to be cool. How do you listen? Everyone has their style. Triple H has his style. You may not like some of his style, but you can't tell me that the WWE is not the most healthiest it's ever been as far as like creative is concerned. You can't tell me that, like, because it is. And we've all been wrestling fans for a long time. And if these little haters online, if they ever actually stop, when they're all alone, they're like, I'm just spewing bullshit. Like, this is actually really good. Well, I know that's what they think inside.
Yeah,
with their little penises and stuff, and they're upset.
Well, everyone
that's
just
fine.
Wow.
It's what we do. Wow. It's what people do, right?
Yeah, get upset.
Social media, and you just got to go on there and we got to tell, everyone's got to
tell
their...
a lot of it, anger comes from just like, it starts with them having a small penis and they're just like, I'm upset. And then they just keep going. And then they live in their mom's basement with a small penis.
Whoa.
Yikes. I mean, the only thing to do after that is get mad at the JSO build and is get mad at Cody Rhodes.
Like, well, yeah, at least my stream's not disconnecting. Like, yours not.
Yeah.
Because it's just me by myself, so I'm not taking up a lot of bandwidth, so it's not dropping the call. So, joke's on
they
you,
think they get it.
Fucking winner.
Burn.
You fucking
you guys
winner.
got burned really bad. I have a small penis. They cry.
Oh my god!
It's just me.
I wish that they booked it better.
This is the turn we took.
All
right.
And,
why isn't fill in the blank on WrestleMania? They should be.
Okay, that's why I'm glad you brought that up, because so I always talk about the AEW cultist side, but WWE's side, it's not necessarily a cult side. It's more of that. It
is.
As soon as
it's
let's say,
it's a snake that eats its own tail. That's the WWE fan.
I don't know, yeah, I guess so. If you want to put it that way, because what it is and it's the same thing. Just like on the AEW side, it's a small section, a fringe section of the AEW fan base. On the WWE side, this is their version. They do this. Liv has a title. Why isn't Io Sky the champion right now? She's done so much to deserve it. As soon as Io's the champion.
Why
Liv just had the best year, and why isn't she competing for the title? Why isn't she? So they keep doing that where, like, the one wrestler...
Because we have plans for them. That's why.
I mean...
Just stop asking.
If you say it out loud, I'm not going to be nasty about it, but if you say it out loud, I mean... Liv against Rhea against Bianca would be fucking awesome, and it would make a lot of sense because Rhea and Liv has a history or whatever. But
I would have taken Liv and Io 1-on-1 because their matches all the time against each other.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference, though, is that Triple H believes in, and to your guys' point earlier, he believes in making stars, right? So give Io the rub. Now you have another star.
Oh, you're scaring me.
Instead of just always relying back on the Liv and Rhea feud, which is a great feud, and I love it. And who's to say they're not going to? What if Rhea wins and then Liv is down the line? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we don't know. We don't know. That's the thing about when the small penis people get mad. Like, they just don't understand. They're just like, right now I want this. I'm like, okay, I used to be like that in my 20s too. My PP used to be a little small, and then I'm not going to give up my secrets about how I got it to grow. But what I'm saying is, I get it. You got to calm down. Wrestling, as fans, as we realize, we've been watching this shit forever, you know, and you just got to kind of be patient on some things. And when the promotion's in bad shape, I understand the critique. And I've critiqued WWE before. I've critiqued AEW. Cuz critiqued AEW. Cuz critiqued WWE. We've all critiqued when it's shitty. We all just say, this fucking sucks, man. Like, you know. But when it's good, even if they don't do everything that I want, I don't run the company. I just got to be a fan. Now, the fact that I can't call a lot of the outcomes here, or I could see 4 different outcomes and all of them are fine, the company's healthy.
Oh, yeah.
So just be excited as a fan. You don't have to predict everything. I think that's also what people get so mad about online is when they don't predict something, they're like, fuck it, this is stupid. Why? Because you didn't predict something right?
That is on the WWE side too, the WWE fan base. Remember when Bray Wyatt, he was gone and everyone just kept assuming because they heard that they were back in talks to him come back.
Every show that he didn't
show up,
re-debut on,
just like
they
the
were
Wyatt
mad.
6 right
Like,
now. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And it's like, WWE didn't tell you that he was coming back. You just heard online that they were talking about coming
and you
back.
fantasy booked so much that you started believing it, and then like you didn't let the company tell you the story.
Whoever that comes up with stories out of their asses, but yeah.
Well, shifting gears a little bit, there is one thing that I am concerned about on the WWE side, and we talked about it a little bit before we started, was the just the plethora of talent that constantly comes in, and you almost get oversaturated. And the one that there's a couple of things that bother me about it. It's Mariah May. It's come out that she's not re-signing with AEW.
But good for her, though.
That's what she wants. She wants to go.
It's what she wants, and that's great. It's not like she's being forced to. There's 2 problems I have. As soon as Tony, it sounds like he learned about that, he pushed up the storyline for that final match against Tony Storm, and she's been off TV ever since. So
that's why. So that's why the Australia thing was so rushed. I felt that the last pay-per-view that they had where they did the Hollywood ending or whatever, I thought that's when Tony should have won it back. So I did think it was really weird, and I thought their rubber match should have been All In. That's what I thought, because I was like, that would be the smartest thing you could do.
As soon as he caught wind that she wasn't resigning,
so that makes a lot of sense.
So, but that's what I hear.
And we don't know if it's true, but at the same time, okay, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's probably true, because that's what Tony does. But at the same time, like, I also think that we all kind of have to get off our, no, I'm not saying all of us, like, necessarily, but sometimes we all do it. We all have to get off this high horse of, like, comparing them to the machine. Like, they're not WWE.
Yeah,
they're not even
that's
close.
not even where I'm going with it, by the way.
But I mean, they're not even close. Like, Tony Khan has a lot to learn, and he's going to make these stupid fucking mistakes. And either he's going to get better and allow other people to come in.
I'm just calling it balls and strikes as I see it. I think, to your point, that story had a lot more breathing to do. They could have stretched out another 6 months, and nobody would have been upset. And then the other part of it that I'm
and I don't know how long her contract is on top of that. Maybe her contract doesn't extend out to All In. I don't know.
I'm not sure. The other part that is I'm concerned about is, and because you understand this, even especially on the NXT level, but also at the main roster, the female talent is not lack of wanting. Like, I don't know where she's gonna fit. Like, she's really good. She's amazing.
Like, some of the girls that aren't really being used as much on NXT, they have them going on Evolve now, so they're kind of using Evolve to kind of send some of the overflow there, which is good.
And I hate to say it, we have releases coming up. Releases always happen. There's going to be people they release. Like, it's just, and to Cuz's point, yes, like, they're going to put some people at NXT maybe that need to simmer a little bit more. in Evolve, and then I think Mariah May is going to slide right in. She'll be in NXT for a year or so and like kind of learn the way.
That makes me feel a little
Mariah,
better. I hope you're right about all of that.
Mariah May is a fucking star.
Because you got to think about this.
She is. I just don't want her to get lost in the fold.
She won't, especially in NXT.
She won't.
You got to think because Roxanne Perez is pretty much coming up now. You might have a chance that Julia, if Julia doesn't win tomorrow, maybe she comes up to the main roster too and starts tangling with, Io, and when Asuka's kind of seems like she might be coming back around the corner soon. So Mariah May will fit in perfectly in NXT.
Well, and I'm not saying that it's going to happen soon, but you said off air. I hate to, like Nia Jax, Bailey, they're old, and I don't mean that like old people. They look great, but I mean like they're the old generation. Yeah. Like Charlotte, their days are numbered, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
They need to start putting people over.
Yeah, you got to start getting, you got to start getting Stratton over. You got to start, getting all these young people. And Stratton's like the leader of this next generation. Like she's got to be. And then, you still have Io as a little bit more. Rhea is like kind of, she came after the Charlotte and them, so Rhea's got a little bit of mileage left or whatever.
Io's 35. She's been doing this a lot longer than people think. So
and that's not old. I'm just saying, like, as far as like us, like Bailey is a legend now. If you want to air quote it, and I'm not saying she's not Hall of Fame ready. I'm just saying like she's one of the veterans. She's one of the original people that came up from that NXT crop that kind of changed our perspective on women's wrestling. But their time is coming. Charlotte's not going to have many more chances. This might be her last one, to be fair. And Charlotte's had a hell of a career. Nia Jax, same thing. Like they've all been around for a long time. It's time, and to Cuz's point, now they have another avenue with Evolve. They're going to start doing it. So there's plenty of room for the Mariah Mays of the world. There's plenty of room for Toni Storm to come back, which she will eventually. And good for them. But you know what though? This is what AEW is, and what I feel worse for Tony Khan about is that he doesn't fucking realize it. Like it's okay. It's okay to be like, you know what? We're going to get these people ready, and they're just going to go up. And then if you get lucky enough to get an NWO storyline, that's when you take the lead. Other than that, like, you got to know your role,
something
man.
of that caliber, yeah. 100%.
That machine is too fucking big, and fans should stop comparing AEW to WWE.
No, you shouldn't compare that. And I think that's why I keep saying, I think Tony Khan needs to get out of the way, just keep funding it, and be like, you're in charge of this, you're in charge of that, you're in charge of that. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
There's nothing wrong with being a super strong, healthy number two. And by the way, I like a lot of the stuff they've been doing the last 6 months. I think a lot of it's good. It's just never going to be, you're not going to beat the machine. What are you thinking? Like, it doesn't matter how passionate you think you are. You're not going to beat WWE. They're just the shit. And that's it. And like, when Vince was kind of in charge and he was old and stale and everything, that was the perfect time for AEW to strike. But, now just back, fuck off. Now you just got to back off and just get your own product healthy, man. And they're starting to do better, as far as like their TV presentation and their continuity of storylines is getting a lot more strong. So I like what they're doing. I like a lot of stuff they're doing over there. I love the women's division over there, first of all. I love what they just started to do with Cameron and Mercedes Moné. I love the look of what All In looks like. I think that they're heading in the right direction. I like MJF with the, fucking around with the Hurt Syndicate. And I even heard, too, on that note, by the way, they've been saying the word Pinnacle a lot in their promos. So I think that FTR and MJF are going to form a faction called the Pinnacle, and they're going to feud with Hurt Syndicate.
Nice.
So I think that's what it looks like. That's what they're going to go for and they're going to do. So, and it looks like Ospreay hopefully will fucking beat Moxley at All In. That's what it seems like. What's
that guard needs to change for a little bit.
Because by the way, I think we are going to get Tony against Sasha at All In.
Yeah, because they just already did Monet and Athena, which I'm
and I don't know why they wasted that. By the way, that's another problem I have is like because Tony Khan, it's like he's playing with G.I. Joe action figures, right? Like.
I'm bored with this one.
Athena, she's awesome. And she's been champion for 2 years, but like you bring her up, you don't fucking hype her, and then everyone's actually excited about that. When she first came up, everyone's like, oh, fuck, Athena and Monet, that's awesome. And they had a great match on Wednesday, by the way. Fucking really good match, by the way. And then Monet beats her. And okay, I guess if you're going all in with Monet, I guess that does make sense, but don't waste Athena. That's my thing. It's like he has all of these like dream matches like around him, and then he just wastes them sometimes. And I'm like, damn it! Like you don't waste Athena and Monet, man. Like that's not a match you waste. But they had a really really good match. Like Dynamite was good. It was great.
Nice. Lovely.
And a good. I love the arena. It was nice and small and super packed, and like I said, they had a lot of really good stuff.
They need to keep doing.
Yeah, they do. Just put your nose down right and just keep worrying about your own product. Don't worry about
I've been saying that they should do the small arenas for a long time. That's what they should have been doing from the start.
Yeah, they're getting there. They're getting there.
They've been doing this 2 years ago.
Well, from the start.
Not from the start, but, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right. When they first started, like that the emptiness on the hard camera started spreading, they should have probably made that choice back then.
Oops.
Yeah, I know this was a really, really good match right here.
I mean, imagine if they would have done the small arenas their first year, and then people were like, "Why don't you go to bigger arenas?" And start.
I think they just bit off more than they could chew, and they had to get through the booked arenas of the
Tony Khan doesn't help either.
Well, and I think it was, and I think
it.
they were like a indie promotion on steroids, and they didn't really have an identity, and so they just were selling out. So they thought, "Oh, this is the product. This is what everybody wants." And then when they started losing Cody and like the heart of their company, they're just like, "Whoops!" Like we don't really.
Yeah, they had nothing to replace. So,
and I think now, I still don't know who they are, but I think they're getting closer to figuring out what they want to do. And and that's just, you know what, like just fucking tell me a story and make it make sense. That's all I want. And I want to see character development. I want to smile sometimes.
Their identity is not
in spots. Yeah.
WWE status, like to be that type of promotion, but at the same time, it's like I think in Tony Khan's mind it is, but everyone else is like, no, we're kind of more like ECW, but a little more mainstream.
Yeah, to your point, cuz I think you said it a couple weeks ago. They are kind of more landing in that niche, right? Like that.
So you're not going to be. I mean, you got the TV deal right now, so that's good.
Yeah, but, I mean, and they passed Nitro. They're the longest running show on TBS history. They've officially put Dynamite has more episodes now than Monday Nitro, and that's a big milestone. And I wish Tony Khan was a little bit more magnanimous, and he should thank WCW, and a lot of people should thank WCW and Bischoff for what he did. I'm not saying Bischoff doesn't have his flaws, because he certainly does, but at the same time, Bischoff did what nobody else did. And he beat Vince, like he did. He didn't just come close or be a really popular alternative product. Like WCW beat the shit out of Vince for 2 years. And NWO T-shirts, by the way, still make money for WWE, which is kind of sad. But I mean, they still make money now. Like Hall was even saying before he passed away, he's like, "Do I still get six-figure checks from NWO merchandise?"
That's awesome.
Wow,
crazy. It's really crazy.
Good for him.
Absolutely. And good for WCW, and I hope that Tony Khan, even though he doesn't act like it, I hope he appreciates the fact that you should have saluted WCW. You got Tony Schiavone, who was the heart of Nitro, for a long time, and they could have done a little bit more of a tribute to WCW, but because Bischoff and Tony Khan are feuding online, they won't do that, which is bullshit.
Mickey James at the WrestleCon Super Show.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Talking shit. I have the little gif of her flipping off the crowd and giving the suck it.
Oh, is that Meltzer?
No, I don't know if she was doing that at him or not, but it looked like it was after the match. She licks her middle fingers and flips off, and then she does the little suck it. But it's just the gif.
Meltzer's
Meltzer's
like,
you can't wait till I write the 10,000 page blog on her.
I need some privacy. 5 stars.
Yeah. Well, she talks shit. He's never put me over, and he's probably not going to start doing that. Or something
my problem though with that, cuz, is why are you advertising him? It just makes
don't advertise him.
Dave Meltzer.
Don't advertise that guy.
If you don't like Dave Meltzer, Bischoff fucking gives on his fucking podcast every week, he attacks Meltzer and everybody else. Dirt sheet parasite. I just don't talk about Meltzer.
Go clear your throat.
Yeah, you're just giving him too much.
It's a Simpsons episode, where they say if you don't like the billboards, just don't look, and then they'll go away, because. The whole point of it, Meltzer loves it. He's like, I talk about me.
I'll talk about all the time.
Talk about me. Talk about me.
Oh, more money in my bank.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's true. That's what it's doing. Because then everyone's
gonna be like, we can end it there, brother. End it.
So WrestleMania weekend, I'm excited. Fuck all you bitches
Whoa.
that want to hate or whatever.
Whoa,
and you know
man.
what? All the people who are whining and crying or whatever with the ones with small penises and live in their mom's basement that I was talking about earlier, they're going to watch WrestleMania and they're going to love all of it. And then they're going to get on and they're going to be like, why didn't they do this? How come John Cena still?
And don't forget, we got is it Stand and Deliver to you in the morning or before?
Yeah, because NXT, right?
Stand and Deliver tomorrow night. I forgot to pull up the schedule there. Let me give you a quick rundown of the match right here. I got it right here.
Oh yeah.
Stand
Please
deliver.
do.
I don't
And the
know.
Hall of Fame is starting in less than an hour.
Why are
Is
they
it really?
using silver
shit.
for their colors? Why?
The Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame will be on at 9 o'clock.
Oh shit! I
Pacific
forgot we
time.
didn't talk about the Hall of Fame. Lex Luger's gonna walk and make me cry tonight, so that's
Yep.
fine.
We're gonna watch
Well,
that.
we got the Hall of Fame. Quick rundown. Stand and deliver tomorrow. We got the 4-way tag team gauntlet tag team match. Winner will face the winner of Liv and Raquel versus Bailey and Lyra. You got Roxanne with Cora Jade. You got the Meta Girls. You got 3 of Fatal Influence. And then you got Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. They're going to fight for the number 1 contender spot right there. You got the 6-man match.
No, why
The
6
D'Angelo
men?
family
Why? It doesn't make any
versus Dark
sense. Why
State.
6 men?
You got
Who?
Dark State.
Okay. I'm being the internet, the small
Oh,
penis.
who's that?
Wow.
Fraxium
bunch of
versus Hank and
prelims?
Tank for the NXT tag titles. Ricky Starks, aka Ricky Saints, versus Ethan.
Oh, because you couldn't make it in
Page.
AEW, so he's got to go
Tony
here.
Fumbled,
Okay.
baby. This is the Tony Fumbled match. Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints for the NXT North American title. Going to be a banger. And then you got the women's NXT match, title match. Julia versus Jada Parker versus Jordan Grace versus Stephanie Vaquer. And
That's
then you
gonna
got
be
the main
good.
event. I'm looking forward to this right here. You got
Dude, you're
love
gonna
you
have
so
a hard
much,
time
man.
breathing after that whole paper, and then you gotta
Yeah,
watch
Cuz is
Mania
already
after.
going to be.
I'm
Cuz is
already
going to be passed
dying.
out after the morning.
This is going to be 10 a.m. PM, by the way,
Right.
Pacific
can't-
time. And in the
Yeah,
main event, you
10
got
a.m.
Trick
Pacific.
Williams versus Javon Evans versus the ruler of NXT.
Why are there so many
Oba.
multi-person matches?
Emmy.
Do they not know what they're doing?
Well, this is Wrestle Multi-Match Mania. Like, I mean, it pretty much is. Like, I'm fine with it.
Right.
I like multi-man match or multi-man
Yeah,
match.
they're
Why
gonna-
is the?
I like triple threats. I like 4-ways.
I'm being like the bullshit fan.
No,
People are gonna have
What?
a really hard time getting around after that. They're gonna be like, I'm so tired.
Why is it stand and deliver? Like the stand should be
What
on
are
top.
they standing and what are they delivering? My Uber?
Why?
Or DoorDash?
Yeah. Why is the graphic like a cross? So we just do stand on the top
Karrion
and then
Kross
deliver on
gonna
the
be
bottom.
All right.
And then we got the Hall of Fame. We have Luger going in. We have the Natural Disasters. We have some guy I don't know who I think is head of creative or some bullshit going in.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's done.
Oh, he's with us on
we-
the stream, by the way. I don't know if you can see him. He's on the
Nice.
right-hand side.
Yeah, he's on X right now.
He has time to watch. That's whatever.
No, I'm telling. Well, when you watch the stream, you'll see. I put the Triple H wax.
Oh,
Cut
I
out.
thought he was watching.
I put the
Sorry,
Triple
that was
H
a joke.
wax cut out on the overlay right here on our stream.
And then you got the greatest match ever.
Oh, that's right. He's pointing to the.
Yeah,
I'm just. Oh, that's funny.
yeah, it's hilarious. It's really bad. It's actually really bad.
Well, as it always happens.
By the way, I know we're going a little long, but we didn't talk about if Randy's going to have a surprise match somewhere.
He is opening open challenge tomorrow.
Oh, and is he going to be on night 2?
That's a good question.
Because I think there's 7 matches on night 1, but only 6 on night 2. So maybe that's where they're going to fit him.
Probably night 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 7 and 7.
It's got to be Aldous, right? Unless we got a premiere of someone that's
Could be
I
Rusev.
have no
Aldous or
idea.
Rusev. I'll go with that. Aldous or Rusev.
Oh, Rusev could come.
They already
back.
pretty much advertised
Who's-
that Aleister Black
Who's?
is.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Is there
yeah, he'll
anyone
be at
that's been
SmackDown next
injured
week.
for a while? Is there anyone that's been injured that should be coming back soon that we forgot about? Any wrestler?
I mean,
No, I've kind of stopped trying to think about that because I don't want to disappoint myself. If
Yeah,
nobody
you're
comes
gonna
back.
have no matter what, you're like, oh, it's a great addition. But I feel like it's got to be Aldous, which
it'd
I
be
would love
crazy
to
if it was
see
Kevin
Aldous.
Owens. Like if he just came out from like the
Right.
crowd.
Kevin Owens comes in. I don't know. Oh, what if it's you think you know me? Boom, down, and he
Dude,
comes
everyone would probably just groan. They'd get like, yeah.
I would.
Everybody gets up and goes to the bathroom.
Even Randy Orton's like, I'm out. He just goes through the crowd.
Oh no!
I'm out, guys. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not doing this
no.
again. I'm not doing this
a
feud
massive
again.
"Cope sucks" chant like just starts going on.
Ugh.
Like just everyone just gets violent in the crowd. Like just
They start
beating the
fighting
shit
and
at each other.
rioting.
Like,
They couldn't even call us finish
like the
the
most
coping,
horrific thing we've ever seen.
mechanism.
Yeah,
Like why? Like it's right there. Coping mechanism is right there.
I mean-
coping mechanism
that's a great representation of the
didn't
Colts.
do it. Didn't do it.
The Cope of Colt.
All right, well,
All right,
I gotta
guys.
get out of here.
Well,
I
as
gotta-
Craig would say, we'll see.
I gotta
you
get
later,
ready.
Cruz.
So you got the
Go to the Hall of
matches.
Fame.
WrestleMania 41 is tomorrow, and Stand and Deliver. Just enjoy it. Now, when the stream ends, that means the stream is over. I gotta see you later. Have fun. WrestleMania. WrestleMania.